Coach. A lot of fresh faces to this program. Seems we have some old teammate transfers while also holding on to some of those vets. Just talk about the talent that y'all brought in the offseason and what they bring to this program.
Yeah, we've got 11 new faces in our program. We're down to, I think we got 19 players right now, and 11 new faces. So yes, a different look, but one that was needed, and it's been really refreshing. The girls have done an amazing job of even back in the summer, they started trying to communicate with each other and make sure that everybody was on the same page moving forward, and things have gone really good. I mean, the culture's back to the way that it's supposed to be. They're doing things the Angelo State way, and I'm just pumped to get this group out and start competing with them, win or lose. I mean, I know that they're going to go out and fight and compete and play hard and play for each other, and that's what it's all about, and that's what we were kind of missing the last few years. And I think those difficult challenges that you're going to face in the Lone Star Conference, I think that we're going to be able to battle a little more effectively against teams that instead of just not doing things the way that we're supposed to be doing it, we're going to go out and compete to the bitter end, and we'll have to see how it all ends out at the end of the day.
And then y'all open up the season on the road in Conroe, 6 games in the D2 First Pitch Invitational. What do you want to see from your team in those games just to start the season?
Well, not one thing in particular, just compete, and I know that's going to happen. But it's a great tournament. This tournament's been going on for 6 or 7 years now, and just got a batch of new teams coming in. So we'll get to play some faces that we're not used to seeing. Wingate out of North Carolina was a super regional team last year, lost to the national champion in North Georgia. We've never played them. And then Central Washington, we'll get to play them. We've never played them, and they had a successful season last year. And then on Saturday, we'll get some foes that we're a little bit more used to in Arkansas Tech and Metro State. And then a tough Sunday, we get Rogers State, who was a national champion a couple of years ago, and Colorado Mesa, who's always one of the top teams in the Rocky Mountains. So Metro and Mesa are two of the better teams in the Rocky Mountain Conference. So, of course, those are in-region opponents. So looking forward to that. So a big weekend, really a big weekend for regional ranking purposes. And so it's a deal where we've got to make sure that we stay focused for 6 games, and it's tough. It's tough to do, but we've been trying to prepare them for that by challenging them with back-to-back days in practice of inter squads and getting our pitchers ready. The good thing, we're going to go to work with 5 pitchers, so that's something that's a little bit unusual for us here lately. Is we've kind of had three arms to go to work with, and we've got 5 that we truly trust. They all bring a little bit different to the table, so if one of them's off that day, we'll have another one ready to go, and we'll be able to throw different looks at people, and hopefully it all works out.
And then my last question, McMillan, Durner, Hogan, and so many key returners from last year's team. How does having that group back help with the new talent, and then as well as a coaching standpoint, getting to continue to develop these girls?
Well, I think it's just leadership. You take, they don't want to happen what happened again last year, and they know that, and they were embarrassed by it, and they've done everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen again, and they've done an outstanding job making sure that they provide the right way. And as soon as they've seen something starting to stray, they've dealt with it, and I haven't had to deal with it a lot because they're taking care of it, which is nice. And we're just doing all the things that you want as a coach. You want them to be successful in the classroom. We got a 3.5 something GPA in the fall. You want them to come out and work hard and practice every day, check. You want the team chemistry. You want them to like each other. You want to see laughter in the dugout when it's appropriate, check. I mean, they've checked the boxes to be able to go compete at a high level. So, I'm happy as their coach, and hopefully I can continue to be happy as games progress. But we're really excited about what these girls are doing. They're growing as individuals. They're growing as a team. Their faith is spread throughout the team, and that's something that's exciting to see. Young people not afraid to express their faith, and it's something that we're as coaches, we're just excited to be a part of it, to be honest.
Lone Star Conference is always a great conference to play in every year. It's very competitive. Picked 7th in the preseason poll, kind of middle of the pack. You talk about the girls' leadership. Like, one, does that fire you up, and does that fire them up? I know you're not supposed to pay attention to those polls, I guess, but you know the girls saw it. So do you
Well,
think they will use that?
We didn't really talk about it. Yes, it can fire you up, but at the same time, it's Lone Star Conference softball. You know, it's probably realistic. You know, I mean, you can be 4 or 12 pretty quickly, depending on how you go play. So it's not exactly the preseason ranking that we're used to, but obviously, even when we were the number 1 seed every year, you know, when we were on a roll and we were the number 1 or 2 seed in the preseason poll, we talked to them about that. It doesn't mean anything, you know. So it's not how you finish, you know, or how you begin. It's how you finish and all that, the old cliche. But so we really don't pay much attention to it at all. When we were ranked really high, we didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And when we were ranked in the middle of the pack, we're not really paying much attention to it because that's just what it is. I mean, it is what it is, and would we like to be higher? Of course, because that means we had a better year last year, but we didn't, and that's the results you get. So it's a little motivation, I'm sure. And I haven't heard them talk about it, but you know, the Lone Star Conference is so deep and has great talent up and down, and you better show up every week and get after it, or you find yourself in that situation. And I feel good about, you know, hopefully this team being able to finish in the top 4 or 5, and if we can do that, then that should get us into the regional tournament. And once you get into the regional tournament, anybody can win it.
And Coach, you say you had 11 new faces on this roster this year. I'll pose the same question that I did for tennis earlier. Is there any girl in particular that's really stood out up to this point, or who should the people at home watch out for?
Well, you know, it's hard to say because there's a lot of them. Avery Gunther has had a really good start. She's a little bit of a unique kid. She plays third base, throws right-handed, hits left-handed, swings away, can slap, can bunt, and she'll get up there and throw at 63 miles an hour in the circle. So she just kind of does it all. And so she's a big asset for us. Erin Plunkett's had a great career at McLennan. She was the junior college Gold Glove winner as a shortstop last year. So, you know, she's a special talent. And then, you know, we've got a couple freshmen that have stepped up. Leilana Appling out of Stamford, Texas. She's really picked up on the college game and has really come back from the Christmas break on a high note. You know, then we got 2 catchers that, you know, they're going to set behind Keely Garcia this year, but you know, both of them, Abby Brand and Lainey Crooks, are looking good and continuing to grow as players. So we got a lot of junior college kids. We got you know, Zoe DeBaca and Lauren from Dela Cruz from Midland Junior College that have the potential to be extra base hitters. But you know, it probably starts with Keely Garcia. She's your 5th year player. She's one of the better catchers that we've had. We've been blessed with a lot of great catchers, and she's right up there in that group of great catchers. 2-time Lone Star Conference Gold Glove winner behind the plate. She's just got a special arm. Hopefully she can stay healthy this year and put up some big numbers for us. We're going to need her to pick up the offense a little bit from what she did last season. And then, you know, in the circle, Cheyenne Floyd, having her back, Tori Hogan having her back is a lot of experience, a lot of innings at this level. So we're depending on them to provide the way and the leadership in the circle for us.